Hello gorgeous souls and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to those of you who are returning subscribers. Today we're doing a very fun pick a card because we're doing a general reading, like what's ahead of you, what can you expect, what's going on with your energy, etc. But before that, we're going to do a chakra scan. So we're going to see what's going on with each one of your chakras and how should you deal with that. Are your chakras aligned? Is there one or maybe two of them that you need to work on, and what you should do to improve them, etc, etc. So I love to do these readings sometimes for myself, and I felt like why not create a pick a card, kind of like a little update type of a reading, what's going on with your energy. And yeah, so we've got 3 piles as usual. We've got pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3, and the timestamps will be in the description box below, so I will see you there. Hi pile 1 and welcome for all of you who chose the first deck. Let's begin with your chakra scan. So let's see what's going on with your chakras. I will try to get a channeled image before I pull any cards. One. I'm getting a lot of eyes for some reason. A lot of eyes. Okay. Some of you might be working on your emotional resilience. You might be trying to not allow your emotions to sway you too swiftly in one or another direction. You may be trying to control your emotions, turning them into strength. Let's begin with the root chakra. Okay, got them. I would love to put the cards in a vertical line, but I think I will have to go horizontally because there wouldn't be enough space otherwise. So, okay, we've got this sacral, the solar plexus, please, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. So beginning with the root chakra, you guys have past lives. Wow, okay, this is interesting. Many of you at this time may be drawn to connecting with the earth, meditating specifically with the intention to ground. You might be drawn to perhaps traveling back to your homeland after being abroad or around the world, or if you're a traveler generally, you're someone who's always on the go. Perhaps now you feel like you just want to stay where you are, kind of allow yourself to anchor in where you live, specifically if you live in your homeland. I see that many of you will desire to just be anchored in your land. Because the root chakra is about survival, it's about our body, it's the kundalini energy, and you've got past lives. You could be feeling gifts from previous incarnations or life paths, life directions from previous incarnations to come through and perhaps confuse you a little bit with what you're supposed to do in life, where you're supposed to anchor yourself in. It's like you're channeling the multitude of personalities you've been throughout different incarnations, and it's difficult to pick and choose which one resonates the most right now for you. But for some reason, something specific I'm getting here is that in order to ground, to be in your body, to take care of your body as well as your spirit and how your spirit is in your body, you need to go back to the spiritual practices of the natives on your land. And perhaps this is not the religion that is currently like the national religion, or um, it may not be what's on the territory right now. It may not be what's um, dominating the territory right now. You need to go back to the roots, to the perhaps the pagan history of the natives that lived on your land, that you carried the genetic code from. And even exploring their diet, etc. Something about going back to the roots is going to be really essential for grounding and healing your body, and even figuring out your life direction, because with the past lives, that multitude of personalities and experiences, you may be torn where you want to live, you may be torn where you want to settle down, like what land, what territory is right for you. You may not resonate with where you're currently positioned at, you may be confused. It's really good to go back to your ancestral spiritual practices and to see where that energy takes you. Where do you feel mostly spiritually uplifted by being yourself, by being true, staying true to your practice and staying true to yourself. Because I'm getting that these different past life versions of you are pulling you in different directions. It's like you've had an incarnation in Egypt, or you've had an incarnation in Asia. Well, where should I go? I mean, that's, I think, a really a pending question right now for you. So grounding is really necessary, because you must pay attention to how your body feels in different locations. Excuse me. You must pay attention to how your body feels in different locations, and then, decide if that's the place for you. We've got Five of Pentacles with the outsider within the sacral chakra, and the sacral chakra is the emotional chakra. So the fact that I felt ice for you, and it feels like there is a fog, a mist, and like a cold air wrapping up this card, and this child is locked out or locked in, depending on how you see it. So that's interesting that I saw ice for your emotions. Perhaps you're trying to make a decision based on how you feel, what your intuition is telling you, but your intuition has been quiet. So we'll see in the upper chakra why that may be. With solar plexus, we've got the consciousness card. This is the magician. You're in the process of mastering your mind right now, and you should really be diligent with this practice, with the exercises, with the meditations around mastering your mind, because I see a lot of fog around your mind, and it's like your mind is confused, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna rely on my intuition then. But you try to tap into your intuition, and it's also blocked. So I feel like it's difficult to lean into your logic, and it's even more difficult to lean into your intuition. So neither of these two work for you right now. This is what I'm getting. This card has always made me think of the avatar, or the higher self. And the solar plexus is our confidence, our ego, our sense of self. So I do see that you're very confused about your sense of self, and you're really trying to get answers from your higher self, from your spiritual guides. Rising into the darkness, something about facing things that you may even hide from your own self, something about going into places of your mind that you don't want to go into. Only this way you will be able to have a breakthrough when it comes to who am I and where am I supposed to go from now on, because that is the biggest question that you're dealing with right now, that's kind of overshadowing all other aspects of your life. In the heart chakra, we've got experience. You're trying to, these are the Three of Wands. You're trying to listen perhaps to the tree, to nature, to the wind, to the ocean. You're really trying to listen to nature and what places in nature really call you. Spirit is saying, Pile 1, is there a place where you feel your mind has clarity, or has even like a moment of clarity? Is there a place like that? Maybe it's a beach, maybe it's a town nearby your own town, or your city, etc. Is there like a place where when you go there you feel a very quick, perhaps, but it's there, moment of clarity? You're like, oh yeah, I think I know what I want to do and in what direction I want to go. It's really the chaos of your routine and surroundings that kind of clouds that moment of epiphany, of this aha moment that you may have. So your heart, what you love doing will change, and it will push you into doing things and going places. Like, okay, imagine you had a passion, something you really loved to do, and suddenly that passion is fading. So you're scared because you've invested yourself in it. How can I move on? I think your spirit is really trying to make you listen closely to your heart, and your heart will be your compass by falling out of love with something else, or with something, and falling in love with something else. You have to listen to what new thing or even old thing am I falling in love with again. Because what I'm getting is a lot of you have been out of love with life in general. And I'm not saying that you've been sad or depressed or anything like that, but just this general feeling of like not getting the butterflies anymore, or not being excited about this life anymore. This is what falling out of love seems to me. So your heart is trying to whisper to you, hey, now I actually want you to do this thing because I actually love doing this thing. So you really have to pay attention to the little clues and to the quiet messages. Okay, we've got new vision. This is the Chariot within the throat chakra. Wow. We've got exhaustion, Nine of Wands within the third eye. And healing within the crown. Interesting. Alright. A lot of you have been exhausted planning things ahead, planning the future, and trying to live in accordance to this plan. through your speech, through your voice, through your expression, I think excitement and adventure will be granted to you. You'll gain access to such experiences through somehow through your expression. It might be because now you're actually telling people what you want or where you want to go. You're telling them about these crazy ideas that you have, these crazy adventures that you have in mind, and you figure out that people are actually willing to make them happen. Yeah, for a lot of you, I think that the key is within the sacral chakra and the third eye, and I'm getting suppressed emotions forced you to escape as a child. Like when your emotions were not validated one way or another, your coping mechanism was to escape. And it was difficult to see the power that you hold, the creative power that you hold, because instead of finding a solution, you escaped through maybe fantasy, games, whatever. And I'm getting that it is your throat chakra, that is your solution chakra. It's like when you verbalize things, when you put them down on paper, this is when you find solutions. The fact that you have healing or the King of Cups within the crown chakra makes me think that, first of all, healing has come into your conscious awareness. You've become conscious of wanting to heal, needing to heal, etc. You might attract a water sign, masculine figure who's like a teacher or a healer that can help you on this journey. I'm getting for some of you have a heart chakra connection, like a link to your mother. But for some reason, I'm getting a missing mother or a mother that you either never met, or she left, or she is physically gone from this plane, because I'm getting that her guidance only comes in whispers, in memories. It's passive, but it's still there. And your heart chakra is connected to this spirit or to the idea of a mother figure. So the chakras you need to work on are the sacral and the third eye, and it's about not suppressing your emotions, and instead of trying to ignore them or be stronger than them, etc., you need to really face them with this power, because the solar plexus is where we draw power from, personal power. And you've got the magician, which means that you can alchemize things, you can transform things, you can bring them into new life. The solar plexus is also connected to the sun, solar energy, obviously. And it's interesting how here I heard raising into darkness or awakening into the darkness or opening your eyes in the dark. And you will not see physically, visually, but you will see when you open your eyes in the dark. So your power has something to do with opening your eyes and allowing yourself to see your shadow, or allowing yourself to enter that dark space instead of ignoring it, being afraid of it, maybe like screaming to the outside world to save you from the metaphoric monsters in that dark place. Instead, I see you rising. I'm almost imagining like the avatar from the animation when the avatar is in the avatar state. I almost imagine how you're rising against the monsters instead of being like this little kid that bangs on the door and wants out of the emotions, out of this emotional trap. Instead, you're turning around and you're facing them and you're exploring them really, and what they mean, what they symbolize for you. Because that third eye confusion and the exhaustion is because you've been trying to walk a spiritual path in your life, but you're always looking externally. It's like the spiritual path was only validated by the external surroundings and things that happened to you, maybe the people you met, the places you visited, the perhaps you wanted to go to temples, etc., in nature, etc. But something about having to live internally is really crucial in order to feel in alignment again. So you have to start this inward journey, pile one. It's time. I'm gonna leave the cards like this in case something else wants to come through. And let's ask what's ahead of you. What's ahead of you and what can you expect? Seven of Wands. Okay, you can expect a situation where you have to defend your territory, and this could be like pretty much legally. You have to defend ownership over an apartment, a business. You have to fight to perhaps stay at the place that you've rented out or something. I see you struggling with keeping your ground. Seven of Cups, another seven. All right. And the Knight of Pentacles. I will be honest, right now I don't see a lot of material manifestations coming into fruition. Rather, I see you clinging onto certain desires and expectations of life, and that only makes it more difficult to manage. I see that you're very defensive, but with the Knight of Pentacles, you can expect slow changes. Like if you've been waiting, especially externally, you can expect things slowing down externally. Of course, the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Pentacles says slow but steady, meaning slowly but surely you will get there. So there might be a desire that does come to you after a while. Perhaps at least 7 months is how long you will have to wait for this desire to come true. I'm getting some of you are looking for like an apartment or a place to stay. Honestly, I'm getting a lot of you are looking for a place to stay, a safe space, etc. And I don't want to disappoint you, but you may end up looking for another 7 weeks, which is the optimistic option here in this reading, or 7 months. Some of you are moving in with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, with an earth sign. Wow, Seven of Pentacles, alright. The Seven of Pentacles is putting in a lot of effort, but waiting for the results, and the results are just not showing up, not coming. Alright, so for a lot of you, if you've been looking for a job that pays more, pays better, etc., as of now, I really don't see it, because what I'm getting with the cards is waiting, waiting and trying to fight for the current position that you have, for the current stability that you have. I think the very reason why you're torn with this past life card in the root chakra, why you're torn between a lot of things, is because what you're currently doing is not financially satisfying you. Some of you may have like a South Node in Taurus, or South Node conjuncting Venus, South Node in the 2nd house. Some of you are very used to having it all, having stability, abundance, having all of that, and right now your destiny is kind of to pursue something more risky, more experimental, and you're trying to maintain your stability, and that's what's difficult here. Okay, we've got the Queen of Cups. What can you expect? Queen of Cups. Five of Wands. Well, this looks like a fight or a conflict with a feminine water sign person, potentially Cancer, because I'm getting the moon, but they could be Scorpio or Pisces as well. Sun, moon, rising, specifically sun or rising. Page of Pentacles. And the Three of Swords. Look, I'm getting that perhaps you relied on someone else to figure out a safe way to deal with life, or to, you know, find a new job. You tried to do it in the safest way possible, maybe through people that you know, through contacts and networking. But what I'm getting here is a disappointment with an offering, perhaps from a friend, or being disappointed by the very friend that offered you something. It's almost like, oh, we're great friends, but when it comes to perhaps working together, or me working for them, that's not a good idea. They become a different person. I see someone changing because they're the one that's extending a hand out to you and helping you, or trying to help you. And that is somehow changing the dynamic between the two of you. Here for those who are mothers and who have sons, I see a son breaking up with their significant other or being heartbroken in love, and perhaps you having to, you know, be there for him. What should you do? Okay, so this is what's ahead. But what should you do to improve your situation? Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion. You've got 22 and you've got 777 as well. So definitely some divine numbers are here. One more please. What should you do? Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. First of all, what I'm getting when I asked what you should do was wait out this period. Don't make rush decisions. Dragonfly is here to remind you of the wisdom and truth available at all times in the hidden realms. Just as a dragonfly catches your eye with its reflective wings and body, Dragonfly Spirit appears to tell you to pay attention to the truth beyond the illusion and recognize the insights that come seemingly out of nowhere. Wow, okay, interesting, because you do have the Seven of Cups. My loves, pile one. Because you've been so set on certain desires right now, you may make the wrong decisions by accepting a job offer because you're in a rush, you want to get something done, or you want to achieve something by a certain deadline, you want to purchase something by a certain deadline. You accept a job offer that turns out very bad for you and eventually you leave. Or you accept like a potential buyer's offer when someone was willing to pay more and you feel like, oh, you know, I lost here. I want you to be very careful with quick financial decisions out of desperation. And especially quick decisions that are really based on and orientated toward these wishes that you want to make happen really quickly, really soon. The Hawk Spirit. Flying half above the land space and the Hawk sees you. The Hawk sees both the big picture and the small details, observes the rain and the ponds, as well as the clouds, and doesn't miss anything. When Hawk Spirit arrives, you are called to pay close attention to messages from Spirit that can appear anywhere in any form. And it's been difficult to, because the third eye is what detects these messages, it's been difficult to do it because you've been very tired. So now you really rely on your heart to hear closely, am I in love with this decision, with this idea, or am I desperate for it? What do I feel? You really have to listen to yourselves. Because I'm getting that you're going through a very slippery time. Things should not be rushed, pile one. Okay, anything practical that you can do to avoid these slippery situations. To open up that third eye. Pluto, transformation. Pluto, that's it. It's about facing fears and facing the truth around obsession and attachment, because Pluto is about possessiveness, obsessive energy, etc. And you've got number 11, so that's interesting. And you've got the 6th house of routine, as well as the fire element. Oh wow. Yeah, you've been very attached with rushing something that will take time, that's very meticulous. But Pluto is also telling you that Pluto is about deep emotions, deep feelings, and fire in the 6th house is you have a passion for the everyday tasks. If you're doing something that you don't love out of the routine of it, out of the habit, out of the expectations, I feel like it's not gonna bear the same fruits as it would have if you were to pour your heart into it. Your heart chakra and your throat chakra, these are the strongest ones. I think the solar plexus too. Like, these 3 chakras here are very strong. You can hear your heart, you know when your heart is into something. You have the power to face your shadow and to be truthful about it. And you have the power to speak new visions, new ideas, and new creative thoughts into existence. It's these other chakras that fail you, your lowest and highest ones. Release your obsession with what previously worked. Let it go. Something that previously worked, you need to let it go. And you need to take a risk to some degree. And that's not, taking the risk is not the rushed decisions I was talking about. Because here I see a rushed decision out of desperation, and you're rushing into stability and certainty, while you should be rushing into possibilities. I hope this makes sense. But I'm getting a very powerful masculine healer energy entering your life, pile 1. And it could be around Sagittarius season specifically. Potentially for some of you Virgo season, because we've got the 6th house. So September, late August, beginning of September. But I'm also getting Sagittarius season, November and December. Truth transcends illusion. There is something about perfection, and perfection being an illusion, and you have to see through that. You have to see through that in order to let go of these expectations you have, and these these wishes that aim for perfection. If you let them go, things will flow much easier for you. You will be able to finally gain insight over the bigger picture and take the risk that's supposed to lead you on the right path. But your path is changing, and you can no longer do what you've been doing so far. Even if you loved it before, it's still changing, and you have to accept that your heart has grown fond of something new. So that's what I see. I hope it resonates with all of you. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in my next reading as well. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because this really supports my work. And if you're interested in a personal reading, all of my information is down below in the description box. So that's it, pile 1. Until next time, bye. Hi pile 2 for all of you who chose the second pile, the second deck. This is gonna be your reading, so let's see what your chakras have in store for you, like what's going on with them. I will try to get a channeled vision before I dive in. Okay, chakra scan. Oh, I'm seeing these silver vortex or spiraling like lines going through your spine, up and down the chakras, but especially upward, and it's silver. Interesting. I'm hearing cosmic energy is called back. So if some of you have received downloads, spiritual implants from your galactic family, the energy is called back. And for others of you, if you've received some sort of intervention from galactic species that you're not family with, or they're not your spirit guides, and it's a foreign energy, it's like something has been latent and now they're pulling signal from you, pulling it back somehow, getting signal back while they wouldn't for a long time. What's going on in your root chakra? Innocence, you've got the I think this is the Sun card. 19, yeah, this is the Sun card. Root chakra, so there is an awakening happening in your body. Perhaps your body is coming back to life after a while. I'm hearing that you were somehow manipulated, forced, perhaps advised energetically by these galactic beings to lay low, and now you're no longer laying low. You're now being very loud and sharing your truth, speaking your truth. Yeah, there is some insectoid energy that I feel around you. Okay, so these spirals with the silver, this is Kundalini energy being siphoned. For some of you, not for all. That siphoning, I feel like you're becoming very aware, as if in the past you weren't, but now you are very aware of your energy being taken. And like, the more you lean toward the cosmos, the less energy you're left with. A lot of your ocean priests and priestesses, or like water priests and priestesses, and you have to recharge in a body of water. That's something that came through, I think, for pile 2 in my Instagram pick a card reading. And I'm getting the same vision for you guys, that you need to swim, kind of like, think of these water bodies as the veins of the earth, or the womb of the earth. You gotta swim in there to recharge. Something about balancing your electricity in the body, and like swimming can help you with that. Sacral chakra, patience. This is pregnancy with the 7 of Pentacles. Patience, you gotta be patient. With the sacral chakra, with your emotions perhaps. You gotta be patient with your feelings. You're feeling a lot of, you're reacting toward to what's happening, you're reacting to what you've become aware of happening in your body. You gotta be patient with yourself right now. Your body is dealing with something, trying to restore its balance. You've been affected by these outside forces. Wow. The solar plexus, you have the Two of Swords. It says literally schizophrenia on the card, but let's say this is just duality, okay? You're torn. This is duality. Yeah, there is a battle over you, okay? And there is a battle of these galactic beings over you and over your energy, and over how you're going to teach and how you're going to live this life. Lean away from aggression at this time. Aggression is one of the signs of the negative beings trying to get you on their side, trying to siphon energy from you. They do it through getting you angry. I'm hearing someone here is like, oh no, that's just me, or that's just my nationality or something, my ethnicity or something, the anger thing. It's not, okay? It's not just you. Yeah, okay, so what I'm getting here is, these are qualities that, yeah, you do have within yourself, but what they do to siphon energy from that is it's like they turn up the volume of these qualities. So anger, you get a little frustrated, well, now it's full-blown outburst of anger because they've turned up the volume. Moment by moment, the Two of Pentacles and Knight of Swords fight. So this is the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye, projections, Seven of Cups, and the crown, intensity. Wow. Knight of Wands, interesting. Your heart is trying to handle this gracefully as possible. I love where your heart is at right now. Trying to find balance, trying to find peace, to create peace, to cultivate peace. But yeah, something with your expression. This is where the volume is turned up. Maybe there are arranged events for you specifically in your own matrix where people don't listen to you, they don't accept your truth or something, you feel misunderstood. That only gets you more frustrated. Do not let it happen. And with the crown chakra, you have these very quick epiphanies. Like when something is happening, you get these quick downloads of the truth, of like, okay, this is what actually is happening behind the scenes. So you're definitely claircognizant right now. Your claircognizant is really strong and it's revealing to you what exactly it is that you're going through. With the third eye though, with projection, interesting. With the projection card, what I'm getting is a lot of you think that the people around you are in the same shoes and you perhaps are trying to help them become more aware by sharing the truth, but instead they perhaps don't want to listen to you. And what I'm getting from spirit is some people around you, they're not in the same shoes as you, meaning they're not being manipulated as you. And some people around you, they're placed in this reality to serve this row of illusions, creating the illusion, enhancing the illusion. They're kind of like an enhancer of whatever experience the beings behind the scenes want to create for you, but they're part of the experiment. They're not in it like you are. You are going through that experiment, you are in it, you are inserted in it. They're not, they're prop ups. Okay, so some people around you are prop ups, and a lot of this truth will be revealed to you, is what I'm getting. And it will not sit well with you, but it's going to feel liberating. Right now it's really crucial to focus on your heart, is what I'm getting here, and to learn to enhance or to extend your love and compassion, even for people that at some point you realize, hold on, they're not in the matrix, they're off the matrix. Even to them, extend love, extend compassion. Your strongest chakra right now is the heart and the crown. And perhaps even the root and the solar plexus, where it's like your body has a lot of strength and it wants to fight this. It wants to fight against this trap. So, relying on your workouts, relying on your gratitude lists, on practicing patience and practicing compassion, these are your strongest allies at this time. The trouble is in the solar plexus chakra and the third eye chakra, as in these beings are trying to make it difficult for you to decipher who you truly are. They're trying to confuse who you are, to confuse you of who you are. Okay, what's ahead of you? What can you expect? What's ahead of you? A forecast. A lot of rest, a lot of sleep, a lot of work is being done in stillness, a lot of prayer. That's ahead of you. The Tower. Remember when I told you you've been kind of forced into remaining low-key and you can no longer do that? I was going to say that what's ahead of you is trying to remain low-key from authorities, to hide from authorities, to stay away from authorities, but it's gonna be sort of inevitable. And with the Tower, This could be like losing a job, losing a relationship, losing something that's been established long term for you. Oh wow, this is so beautiful. In order to find home. Wow, okay, pile 2. I think a lot of you, through prayer, through spiritual awareness, you're realizing that where you are right now is not truly home, and you're willing to leave in order to find home. It's kind of like everything was fabricated to convince you that this is exactly where you're supposed to stay, but now you see through the fakery of it, through the falsity of it, and you're no longer staying there. I see you sort of breaking through this membrane, through this bubble, a lifehood bubble, in order to find your soul tribe. So after the fallout, I see you finding your soul tribe. This fallout could be due to religious differences. It could be a fallout with family or relatives. For some of you, this can look like divorce, definitely. But you could be divorcing an institution, specifically a religious institution could be, or just an institution, because the belief systems of this institution no longer match yours. The Fool. Justice card. For some of you, that's definitely divorce. 6 of Pentacles. Okay, I see alone being accepted, allowed. King of Swords. All right. I do see that you will receive help, and you will not suffer financially due to this fallout here. So that's one thing that you can be calm about. There is a soul contract here. For some of you, I do see a twin flame relationship entering the horizon of your life. They could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I see you matching up with someone very intelligent. There might also be a message, communication, potentially documents around splitting land with distant relatives or cousins, or selling it, etc. You're dealing with this as well. This is what's ahead of you. And some of you are moving to a much more community-oriented job. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's just community orientated, and people are helping each other, people are just nicer to each other. Alright, so let's see. What's ahead of you? Any advice, what action you should take? But overall, I do see legal matters being resolved and just overall being on the right track despite this trying to hold you back. It's like I see you freeing yourselves from these contracts, both legal and spiritual, to people, places, and things that are not supporting your soul. I do see you freeing yourself from these things. Any advice? What's ahead? Stag spirit, take the lead. I love that. And owl spirit, you see clearly now, and the ego spirit. Spirit has your back. Oh, wow, interesting. I love that you see clearly now, because yes, indeed you do. I do see you recognizing a lot of things in your life that don't resonate with your soul, and successfully cutting ties, and the soul ties, the spiritual contracts. Spirit has your back. It feels like an ancestor, specifically a grandmother figure, and specifically with this owl spirit, I know that's quite a detail, but I'm getting a grandmother with a Russian descent. She could have been into like a spiritual system, she could have been a teacher, an astrologer, something, and she passed down knowledge onto you, or she wished to do so, something about picking up a spiritual legacy from a Russian grandmother, or inheritance from Russian relatives is coming into someone's life here. And that's how you will be supported to manage to break free from a job, a corporation, etc., and to take lead with your life. It's like the resources will be gifted to you, given by the ancestors. Yeah, a lot of spiritual communication with the ancestors is ahead of you, pile too. Interesting, I'm getting that some of you will be working on the health of your feet. It could be your ankles, specifically. Getting a right footing on something here. Despite this energy being summoned, etc., I feel like a lot of you will not be negatively affected by it for long. I see a lot of you rising above that, not allowing it to hold you back, and healing that as well. Like getting rid of these implants or energies that were inserted in you by these unwanted galactic beings. But the calm will come after a storm, because I do see some sort of spiritual experience that is very intense, like a perhaps Kundalini awakening, but it's not properly controlled, and it may even be a bit scary. But after that, I see you coming into your own, kind of calming down. Let's read about the stag spirit very quickly, very briefly. Whether or not you have set your intention to lead, you may have found yourself suddenly called to step up to the forefront of your life. Stag spirit is a reminder that now is a time to heed the call to be sure, strong and compassionate. Others will look to you, and you have it within you to see through the eyes of stag spirit and walk with confidence as you take on the responsibilities that are yours now, and model integrity in all that you do and in all of your relationships. The protection messages: others may not be as far along as you are on your journey. When stag spirit appears in the protection position, you're called to be compassionate and patient. Yes, indeed, I told you these things here with the heart and here with the sacral chakra. You're called to be compassionate and patient as you find yourself leading the way. When others struggle to follow you, they may be unsure that you can be trusted, challenging you to be kind and strong, challenging your value and questioning your worth. Know that Spirit has put you in this place at this time for a purpose, and will not abandon you when you need help with your new responsibilities. Or perhaps you're actually uncomfortable leading, maybe temporarily trapped by your small self and therefore promoting yourself too strongly, afraid that others might see weakness or imperfection in you. Let go of your fears and let Stag Spirit remind you that you have what it takes to lead wisely and ethically if you practice self-honesty and listen to others who wish to support you. Yeah, I do feel like many of you will be put on top, put in like a managing position, in a leading position, but don't try to be everything, like be top of the top, best of the best. Just because you're insecure, you may fail someone's expectations, because this is when you will lead into the shadow aspect of the leader, where you become too bossy, or you disregard people's needs, or you stop listening to them. Alright, so pile 2, I truly hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comment section below, please. I love to connect with you in the comments. Make sure to like, share and subscribe to support my channel, and thank you so much for watching this until the end. I appreciate your presence, and I hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated with you. All of my information is in the description box below. If you're interested in a personal reading, I've got that down. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope to see you in my next one as well. Until then, bye pile 2. Hi pile 3, to all of you who chose the Liberty Tarot deck. Let's see what your chakra scan will reveal for you and what messages will come when we see your forecast. So I always try to get a little vision or something before I dive in with the cards. I'm having a vision of sheep. That's very specific, I know. But when I think of sheep, I think of being a follower, not a leader. I think of innocence, a victimhood. And I also think of a wolf in a sheep's clothing. So some of you right now might be victims to fake friends or fake leaders, gurus, guides. Be mindful of unknowingly entering a cult-like following community. Maybe it's an artist you really admire, but their fans are very toxic. Like, just be careful around this. And I'm hearing to express gratitude for protection. A lot of you are more protected than you realize. A lot of you are protected from unforeseeable events. A lot of you are drawn away from that event. Somehow you're not able to go. And sometimes these events or how you were protected is not very obvious because nothing specific happened, but sometimes you're protected from simply spending time and being in the energy of certain people by not being able to go there or to participate in something. So Spirit is very particular about who is allowed to invade your space, influence your energy, and so on and so forth. Now let's take a look at your chakras. Beginning with the root chakra. What's going on in the root chakra? Completion, 5 of Wands. I really felt drawn to this card as well, although I used to pull only one card for pile 1 and pile 2. You've got the Dead card, Transformation, 5 of Wands, and the Dead card. In order to feel more grounded, I do see you working on inner conflict, trying to bring things into harmony, conflicting points of views, opinions, ideas that you may have yourself. Like perhaps it's not someone else's idea and versus your idea, but it's like you versus you mentally type of a situation. And I see you trying to reconcile your inner differences somehow, trying to find a balance between the two of them. So perhaps you're someone who wants to do all the meditation techniques and spiritual practices, but also you want to go party on a weeknight, on a weekend night, excuse me. You're trying to balance your inner differences here. So you might have Gemini placements in your chart, prominent Gemini placements, and you're working with them at this time. This also feels like Pluto, and because I don't think any with Pluto and Gemini is alive right now. Yeah, they're not alive. I think we, as far as we can get, I think we have Pluto in Libra, no, Pluto in Virgo, so, and perhaps Pluto in Leo, but any further than that, I don't think that there are living generations. But you might have Pluto in Sagittarius, for example, opposing something in Gemini. I'm getting Plutonian energy. It could be in the 3rd house as well. Transformation of duality is taking place within you. Your inner duality, your inner conflict, once again. Let's see the sacral chakra. What's going on there? Okay, why are 2 cards appearing for each one? Okay, let me just do this. Sacral chakra. You have the Strength card, Courage. A lot of you will soon discover this newfound confidence in your emotions, in your sensitivity, in your creativity. I do see that for a lot of you, a creative approach toward dealing with your emotions, so maybe art, therapy, writing things down, but like perhaps not like journaling, maybe writing poetry or turning your emotions into music, etc. Just a creative approach to process your feelings will really allow a glow up for you at this time. A lot of you will go through this emotional glow up first and foremost, but I think you will have a physical impact as well after going through the emotional glow up first. Solar plexus chakra. Let's take a look at your confidence, I am chakra, sense of self-worth chakra, sense of identity chakra. Okay, well, interesting, because these two appeared together for the sacral, and I was like, maybe I should use them both one after the other, but I felt like I should really allow the solar chakra to have a shuffle for it and see what card appears, and the same card showed up, so this one definitely wanted to come through. Four of Pentacles. This is about I'm not sure how to translate this word, but basically when you want to hold on to everything and you don't like paying for stuff, you don't like giving away things, you're very greedy and protective over your own possessions. Four of Pentacles is protection overall. It's financial stability. It's just being careful with your resources. Okay, so even if that doesn't mean that, oh, you're greedy, you're not generous enough, you still could be careful. You know, you could be generous but careful with your money right now. Interesting that this is showing up in the solar plexus. I see that there is a lot of defensiveness around your ego right now, perhaps because you're going through this vulnerable growing period, and this confidence that I promised will come through maybe is still not fully present for you, so that's why you're a bit defensive. And see how the light around the flower looks like the round around her, the light around her jewelry and money and treasures here. So it's almost like she's protecting that flower here. Interesting. At this time, it's really good to establish boundaries with who you are and what you're willing to do, what you're willing to sacrifice, what you're willing to compromise. I see that many of you have to take a step back from sacrificial or compromising tendencies because it's been stunting your growth. It's been holding you back. It's been slowing you down. I would say that a lot of you need sunlight. Sunlight is very important, especially if you have a garden. Gardening in the sun and the daylight is just, it's gonna be so recharging, especially for your sacral and solar plexus chakras. Now let's take a look at your heart. Heart chakra for pile 3. I'm seeing dolphins. Interesting. Some of you, your heart is connecting with star family from Sirius. Some of your hearts are opening to your star family in general. Dolphins are all about harmony, music, love. So you might be developing telepathy with someone that you love right now. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. This corresponds to Venus and Virgo. The 9 of Pentacles is about ripeness, it's about fertility, abundance, having abundance on display. So your heart is very full, I would say, full of love and just satisfied, just happy. You have a lot of love to give. You've got a lot of emotional abundance to share with people, and for many of you this will come through in a creative way. You will share your creativity perhaps with others, but I'm getting that right now you have the opportunity to invite someone that you love on a healing heart healing journey along with you, because you're in alignment with that dolphin symbolism coming through. You're in harmony with someone that you love, and they're ready to heal alongside with you. So definitely boundaries, yes, not compromising, not sacrificing, but this is about having plenty of space to hold for someone here, and spirit is saying that it's okay to hold it for them, especially because you're in alignment with this person. For some of you, this is going to be a best friend that you're healing your relationship with. Okay, the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown. Wow, at the crown you guys have the creator, you have King of Wands. So definitely you're in a very fertile period of your life. Very, very fertile. With the throat, we've got let yourself to the flow, like allow yourself to go with the flow. And then in the third eye, we've got, so throat, third eye, we've got burden with the Six of Swords. And crown, we've got King of Wands. With the throat chakra, what I'm getting here is right now you should allow yourself to be honest, especially I'm getting visions of a dark-haired and a bright-haired, like duo of friends, two best friends. And I'm getting that a lot needs to be healed between the two of you, and it can be healed if you're honest about your emotions especially. And if you're honest in general, do not hold back because you don't want to hurt someone. I'm not saying that you should consciously aim to be rude, but just be honest and vulnerable about how you feel. With the third eye, what I'm getting in case you've been trying to psychically read what people need, and you've been trying to adjust to that without even giving them the grace to perhaps not need you to adjust. Okay, so what do I mean? You assume that someone is not strong enough, emotionally intelligent enough to handle their own issues, so you've tried to handle it for them because you can empathically sense and even psychically sense that they're going through something. For some of you, if you're in separation with someone you love, once again, specifically this feels like a friendship, but even if it's not, you could be feeling that, oh, this person needs me, like I can sense that they need someone to talk to, maybe I should reach out. But then you don't allow this person the grace to process their emotions on their own because you assume they're incapable of doing that. And I'm getting that for some of you, what might have ruined the relationship or a friendship was that someone here was always trying to take charge, always trying to be the leader because you felt like you're doing your friend or your person a favor when that wasn't the case. You weren't allowing them to grow. Some of you could be that person that was not allowed to grow and you realized that. And you're being honest about it now. A lot of you are working with Ra because you have this powerful fire and solar energy in the crown chakra. I'm getting like working with solar deities, specifically Ra is coming through. A lot of you, when it comes to creative talent, it's inherited from a grandfather figure, and I'm getting that their spirit is working with you to evolve in that creative direction. a lot of you guys need warmth. Make sure you keep your feet warm, your hands warm. Yeah, something about the temperature of your body not allowing you to digest energy properly and benefit from it. Like, this is very, once again, very specific, I would say, but it's like when you're cold, your body is busy with trying to warm you up, and all that fiery solar energy, that vitality, instead of going into your projects or creative visions, it goes into maintaining the functions of the body. So something about making your body function properly, because with Pluto we have the breakdown of energy, we have radiation, etc. Something about breaking down your energy and your body consuming all of your energy because you're not taking care of it properly, supporting it properly, that does not leave any of the energy to be fueled into your creation, into your brainstorming moments, etc. So you need to physically make sure that the body has energy, it's warm, it's comfortable, it's not in survival mode, because a lot of that vitality has been going into surviving. Alright, let's get into the rest of the cards and let's see what's ahead of you. What can you expect? Let's do your forecast pile 3. Five of Wands again. Saturn and Leo. Interesting. The Knight of Swords. Okay, Knight of Swords. I was going to say Pentacles, that's why I slowed down. What can you expect? Five of Wands, Knight of Swords. The Chariot. Communication about travel and maybe some arguments around a trip. And the Two of Wands. Oh wow, you've got a lot of this red, orange, yellow, like a lot of fiery energy in the cards. Your body right now is an ally to you, and you should use it as such. So for a lot of you, I'm getting overcoming inner boundaries and limitations. So if some of you have always considered yourselves lazy, or maybe I would never complete a marathon, or I would never do, like, I don't know, 100 sit-ups or something. Something about overcoming the boundaries of your body, the limitations of your body, at this time is recommended. Some of you are planning a solo trip, is what I'm getting. After realizing that what you need is not just a vacation or traveling with friends, etc. What you needed was to travel on your own, to discover your voice, get closer to your voice, have the time to pay attention to your voice. expect. Six of Wands. I love that, because I was just going to say that you can expect some sort of victory with the Chariot and the Two of Wands. I was getting like a reunion with someone, maybe someone who lives at a distance, a victory in a relationship, once again, a conflict being solved after being in separation, reuniting forces with someone. And then you have the Six of Wands underneath the Five of Wands, so I think that's very powerful. Now, one thing that I see here is that your personal victory, or even the victory between you and a long lost friend or something like this, someone you were in no contact with perhaps, might stir up negative emotions in other people around you. I do see a split in your communities, in your friend groups. One group doesn't like the other, or one person doesn't like this other person, type of a situation. And I see that healing something with one individual, improving things with them, kind of creates conflict or tension or even awkwardness between you and this other friend. That's where you have the Strength card within the sacral chakra. I think when it comes to your emotions, you must be pretty strong and not allow those lions that your friends can sometimes become. Don't allow them to tear you apart. With the Knight of Swords, you need to find a smooth way to talk to these individuals who are against the relationship that you're healing right now. I'm almost getting like a bit of ancestral frustration, like your ancestors are calling out some of your friends, you know, like, who are you to tell me what's wrong or right for me? And our friends can give us amazing advice. Of course, they should be people that we trust, but some of your friends might be crossing certain boundaries, certain borders, and your ancestors are a bit pissed. Because your ancestors do want victory and healing, and they want you to join forces with powerful people. And oh my god, okay, hold on. Some of your friends may view power in general as something evil, and now that you're joining forces or collaborating with powerful people, people who are in alignment with you, maybe you found new people that have the same interest, or they want to do business with you, they might be against it. They may call you out for being like materialistic, or maybe, oh, that's a fake friendship, you're just business partners or something like this. They may try to convince you that that's not who you are, but you're on your way to get empowered. So I don't see an issue with that, as long as you wield it with good intentions. There's nothing wrong with being empowered and powerful and joining forces with other people who are in that same position. That's why your ancestors are a bit like displeased, or unpleased, what's the word here? They're not very pleased, let's say, with some of your friends. Okay, I'm hearing, I'm seeing someone with like one of these friends that is not pleased. I'm seeing someone with short dark hair, straight hair, and someone who is very anxious. And as for the people in power, I'm seeing someone with a darker skin tone. I'm seeing someone with someone who often wears bracelets, and they're very very, like, they look handmade or boho style kind of. Specifically, I had a vision of a golden bracelet that is just like a flat metal-y thing wrapped around their hand. What can you expect? You have the Hermit, the Ace of Swords, beautiful. And the Two of Swords. Interesting. You have Two of Wands, Two of Swords. You're making a decision about who you wanna align yourself with, who you wanna ally yourself with, who you wanna befriend. Alright. So, the Hermit underneath the Knight of Swords. Some of the conversations around power moves, around business ideas should remain between you and your potential partner and no one else. So that's one warning Spirit is giving you, Pile 3. With the Chariot and the Ace of Swords, I'm getting that what you can expect is very, very clear knowing about the direction in which you want to go. Do not be ashamed of it. Do not be afraid of it. Don't be like scared of how people will react. You're getting a very clear vision of the decision, of the right decision for you, what it looks like, what it should be, where you're supposed to go from here on. Don't question it. For those of you who are psychics and you do spiritual work, please scry. Like, take a mirror, or specifically and preferably a bowl of water, maybe a dark bowl, so you have like this reflection. Fill it up with water and try scrying. Try staring at that water. Try closing your eyes maybe for a while. Try stirring it, and maybe try putting some leaves or herbs in it and stir it. Then see what visions emerge, because I'm getting that a lot of you with this Chariot and the Ace of Swords, a lot of you will receive a clairvoyant answer to the question, in which direction should I go? Is this the right path for me? And you will receive this vision. Alright, I'm going to pull other cards, oracle cards this time. What can you expect? Coming up for you. What's coming up for you? Oops, wow, okay. Chiron, healing, definitely, yeah, you can expect healing, you can expect this emotional glow up once again, as I told you. And it's interesting, but you know, some of your friends might believe that you are the unhealed version of yourself, we have the Eight of Wands that was flipped in the deck. I'm gonna leave it here. Some friends of yours might think that you are the unhealed version of yourself, so now that you're showing up as the empowered, healed version of you, they may not recognize you. Wherever you guys have Chiron in the chart, you may expect improvements in that area. So if it's the second house, money, self-worth, values, ownership, like security, stability, there will be improvements. If it's the ninth house, spirituality, higher knowledge, higher education, there will be improvements in that area. In whichever house astrologically you guys have Chiron, there will be improvements. 11th house, friends. Oh my god. So absolutely some of you will have improvements in the area of friendships. Maybe you will be leaving some friends behind and finding better friends. A lot of you can expect passionate conversations and communications and planning the future with people who are as equally passionate as you are, with people who are skilled and interesting, and they want to create something meaningful and they want to create it with you. So I see beautiful collaborations after facing a time of inner conflict. That inner conflict will be resolved, and there are new people entering your life that may end up more trustworthy or authentic and with good intentions than some people that you've known for years. Okay, let's see if there is anything else that I'm picking up on. I think that this is all I'm getting for you, pile 3. I hope this resonated. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comment section below, because I love connecting with you and reading your comments. Make sure to like, share and subscribe so you can support my work and this channel. And all of my information for personal readings, my Instagram account, etc. is in the description box below. And yeah, I hope I'll see you in my next reading as well. Until then, bye.